All right, and welcome back.
What?
Okay, so welcome back to Stay Lit. What it up? What it up?
What it up?
Okay, we're gonna start it over.
What it up?
What's up, good people? Welcome back to Stay Lit. I am your host, JR, and this is my lovely co-host, Latia Marie. How you doing?
I'm good.
All right, that's what's up. So last time we talked, we just gonna go straight into it. All right, we getting into it. Last time we talked, I had a heartfelt plea to God and to whoever else was listening, football referees, you know who you are, that somebody had to stop that man, Patrick Mahomes. And to such great joy, they got blew out. I couldn't believe it. I've never seen... Well, no, I can't say that. I was going to say I've never seen Patrick Mahomes or the Chiefs look like that. But that year they lost to, I think it was Tampa Bay, to Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. They was getting mollywopped that game too. But this was worse. Yeah, this was worse. Like them boys was laying hands on him. Like every other play he was getting sacked. He threw 2 or 3 interceptions. It was a beautiful thing.
They were hungry.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing. Now, the football season is over, so we gotta wait. We gotta wait till spring league or something else come along. But, yeah. But the biggest story from the Super Bowl ain't even a game. It's that boy Kendrick Lamar. And his Super Bowl halftime performance. Now, everybody talking about it. And everybody got their own separate opinions and everything. Now, just to be completely transparent, we don't even listen to secular music like that. So, it's like the way I look at it is like, or the way I approach it is like being in the world but not of the world. So I watch a couple of YouTubers that break down lyrics and different stuff like that, and that's what put me on to the whole Kendrick and Drake beef. All of that. So I started following the story. And while I was following the story, I was telling her about the story. And I was putting her up on game.
I'm still not in the loop all the way, but yeah.
I'm working with it. But a comedian we started watching, Joshua Johnson. He did an excellent breakdown of the whole beef. Very funny dude. Very insightful. Smart dude. I put her on to him too. So if you don't know who Joshua Johnson is, y'all should check him out. He pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah. But so this was pretty much the nail in the coffin for Drake for this year. And the year just started. But it carried over from last year into this year. And this was the nail. And now it's just like, in my opinion, he should lay low and just chill until, I don't know when he come back, but just chill. Just let people forget about you for a second. Grow up a little bit.
You need to reassess life.
Yeah, and come on back. Reassess your life. Go to therapy. And might want to change your friend group. and come on back. There's redemption for everybody. You ain't too far gone, but you need to go away right now.
Yeah. Not everybody understands how to be above reproach. And like you said, your friend group. Change your friend group, because even if you ain't got nothing to do with stuff that's being said about you or the people around you, association, it follows you.
And we were talking about this earlier, just some of the questionable relationships he's been involved in with some underage people. We don't know for sure.
Yeah.
This is all stuff we heard. We don't know these people.
Yeah.
So,
but we wasn't trying to get into Drake. He's not really what we trying to talk.
So
we want to talk about the show.
The breakdown. So I sent you the video of the breakdown. Then I watched another breakdown and I was like, well, this breakdown better than that breakdown. So I sent you that breakdown. But all in all, the dude puts a lot of thought into everything. Like, everything nothing is just for show. Everything has a meaning. And it's like, I can appreciate that. Like, I'm a big music person, so I can appreciate something with substance.
Yeah. That was something I was like, okay. One of the videos of a breakdown was like, the dude was saying a lot about his interpretation of everything. And I was like, this is a lot to take in, because he kept saying, if you know anything about Kendrick and if you're a fan of him and you follow him and da-da-da-da. I'm like, I don't know this man. I'm sorry, but I don't know this man. I don't know his music. I don't know what he's talking about. But I can kind of see a lot of the symbolism that was being broken down in the performance and all of that. But it's like, yeah, you can definitely see that there was a lot of things that were intentionally done. Like, nothing was misplaced or just like, oh, this might be cool. This might look nice or whatever. Like, everything was intentional.
Yeah. So. And one of the things that that they tried to get on him about was how everything has a double meaning, a double entendre, a triple entendre, or whatever. But I mean, I feel like you would only like get on him about that if you're just not smart. Like, if you can't handle critical thinking or problem solving, then...
Well, see, that's the problem with our music today. Like, I mean, we don't even listen to all that kind of stuff, but it's like, just from what we grew up on and like what music is today, it's like people don't want substance. Yeah. They want to feel good. They want to bop. You went from having 7-minute songs to 2-minute songs to 1:30. Yeah. Like, what?
Yeah.
It's like they don't want meat and potatoes. They just want
the happy meal.
They want cotton candy.
Yeah, that's worse. Yeah.
You know, so that's what it feels like to me.
It's true. And I know we're gonna come across as like the older generation or out of touch, but is because of this, I have noticed that more people are reverting back to lyricism and putting more substance in their stuff. Now, they might not be getting pushed like everybody else, but there's people,
an audience.
Yeah, there's an audience, and there's people growing that are bringing back substance into music, and I'm here for it. I'm all here for it. So yeah, but
yeah, because it's like people are getting it's trying to make a divide between just pure entertainment and like making something that's worth making.
Yeah,
making something that's worth putting out into the universe and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, and so that's our spiel on the music. We gonna still talk about some music stuff, of course, because this is what we do. You come to us for music. So, but anyway, we gonna move on to our current events now. Because of all the madness that our new president has brought because of all his executive orders and that, the news is flooded with just everything. And it seemed like I was looking at our past videos that we already done, and I was like, man, these some sad stories, bro. Like, I'm tired of the current events just being sad stuff. And the sad part about it was I actually had to search. It took me like 3 or 4 days to find some positive news that we could talk about. Because I was like, I'm not talking about another sad story. Or because if you want that, it's plenty of that out there. You can get that wherever. So I was like, man, let's talk about something positive. So, what the one positive thing, story out of Philly. This is a positive out of a negative. So there was a plane crash, and it was a family in a car, and the plane crashed, and the debris splattered everywhere, and this 10-year-old boy jumped over and covered his sister, and he ended up getting struck and almost losing his life, went into a coma. And the first thing he said when he woke up was, "Did I save my sister?" And I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or because I got kids now, but I got choked up. I did, because it was like, and I got 2 sisters, so I get it.
Yeah.
Like, you are protective, and then just on the flip side, from the father side, is like, I want my son to be that selfless and brave and courageous in a time of need. To, if his sister in trouble, I don't care if he the youngest or not, that's my sister. I'm gonna jump in there and I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's what's up. That's a cool story.
Yeah.
And follow up on it, I just read this today. So I don't even know if we said who the Kansas City Chiefs were playing, but they were playing the Eagles. Mm-hmm. Philadelphia Eagles. And the boy was like, he wanted to see the game. Mm-hmm. He's a big Eagles fan. So star wide receiver for the Eagles, he was like, he's going to keep his promise. And he went to see him in the hospital. He loved on him, showed him love, took pictures with him, all that good stuff. So I was like, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's a feel-good story.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. And we have another one. I saved it. Bear with me. I'm going to look for it. So, the next thing we're going to talk about is not really a current event per se, but it's a article or a story that caught my attention. Now, the headline is, I can't repeat the headline, but I'm going to put it up so y'all can see it. But it's about this rapper named Hasi, and pretty much he's like, yo, I'm not doing this secular stuff. I'm not rapping for the world no more. It's all about Jesus. Now, mind you, like I said, the headline is a little wild, but you got to start somewhere. You don't come in clean.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I give him props. Like, just to read some of the stuff he said, he was like, I hate being a rapper, but I love you guys. So he's talking to all his followers or whatever, or people who engage with him. He was like, I hate being a rapper, but I love you guys, all my real supporters. I love you with my whole heart, but I can't lead y'all astray. Keep holding me accountable. Big ups. Look at me, guys. I fornicate, I drink, I smoke, I rap about BS. I choose Satan's path, and I made it seem like it was okay. but it's not. Jesus is the way. I'm sick of leading y'all down the wrong path. I love every person that follows this account, and I have to stand on what's right. Jesus is coming back, and I want to let y'all know it's time to follow Christ before it's too late. Now, this is on Instagram. So if y'all want to check it out, check him out, follow his story, whatever, y'all can check him out. High C on Instagram. But looking at the state of the world and everything that's going on, I feel like, I don't want to call it a great awakening, but it's like, it's lines being drawn in the sand, for real. Like, people are waking up to the truth of, we might not have a whole lot of time left. Mm-hmm. And more and more I see people looking for something authentic and real when they talk about Jesus and all that other stuff. And it's like, they're hungry, they're thirsty. And I'm excited. And honestly nervous at the same time.
How so?
Nervous because it's like, are we doing enough to let people know?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's like, are we doing enough to spread the word? Because for a long time, I can just speak for myself, especially being in America, I'm like, man, we got internet, we got TV, especially being in Virginia or in the Bible Belt. I'm like, we got a church on every corner. Sometimes we got 4-5 churches on the same block. Mm-hmm. I'm like, if they want Jesus, there's plenty of Jesus around here for them. So whether or not I'm all loud and telling people about him, it's like, I don't know if it'll make a difference because it's everywhere. Yeah. You can't go around a corner without running into a church or somebody evangelizing or something. Mm-hmm. But it's still like, even if they reject it or whatever, still present it. Mm-hmm. Still present it. Even if they reject it, still present it.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just taking it in, I guess. But, yeah. I've been thinking about the high C.
Yeah.
Like you said, you gotta start somewhere. And for him to say he doesn't want to lead anyone astray, whether he grew up in hearing about God or Jesus or just recently came into revelation of God and Jesus, like he had some knowledge. And it's like, there are very few people in the world, but especially here in the U.S., that have not had some kind of experience or some kind of knowledge or mention of God. To your point, while there are a plethora of churches, we know that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life.
Yeah.
And not every church on every street is presenting Jesus.
Yeah.
They might be presenting God or a form of God, but not every church is presenting Jesus Christ. So it is like, are we doing enough? It's a good question because, excuse me, I guess to say, just thinking like there's so many people nowadays who don't even know their neighbors, us included. Like, True. We don't know True. The people on our block to be like, okay, well, if this is going on, like, so-and-so can call me or, this person has a backup key, or this person can pick up my mail if I go out of town or whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing like that kind of stuff, so package or whatever. So it's like, because of the day and time that we live in, because there is so much media, it's like it works to our advantage but our disadvantage at the same time, because just how you go back and forth to, like, even how our pastor had just said, like, in recent weeks, like, okay, if you have 130 friends on social media, are they really your friends? Like, if you pick up the phone and call any one of them, is it not going to be an awkward exchange?
Definitely an awkward exchange.
So, like, we have these personas and this, like, oh, well, I'm available to them or I'm reachable to them because social media, because the internet, because this and because that. But it's like, we don't really have a connection just because we have visibility.
Yeah.
So sometimes that visibility is not necessarily the same as
being connected.
Yeah, or being, it's not really a presentation. I don't know how to make it make sense. I guess to put it in short, like a video or a film versus the thumbprint. You could have the visibility of a thumbprint, but it doesn't paint the full picture. It doesn't give you the full context of what you were going to see in that video or see in that film. You just get a thumbprint and you can either say, thumbnail, thumbprint. Thumbnail, that's like, oh, okay, well, that's what that is. Okay, now I'm good on that. You know, so it's like, oh, but when you have a trailer to a movie, it's like, oh, that ain't what I thought it was going to be, but I might check that out. Yeah. You know, so I guess kind of like looking at it in that realm. Like, there's a visibility, but there's also presentations. And so just because there's a visibility of the churches, if the church is not doing anything outside of the walls of their church, they're not being a presentation. Yeah. They're just a visible something. So.
Wow. That's deep. Now, so like the church, all the churches around that's like the thumbnail. Mm-hmm. But when the church is being active and out and about, that's showing the full picture of Christ. Mm-hmm. Or what okay, I got you.
So kind of like even going back to like when the church that we're at, like how you say, like when you visited other churches, we visited other churches, and it's just like, okay, well, it was cool or whatever, but like I was there, nobody talked to me. Or I walked in and it was a small church, and I walked in and everybody turned around and looked at me like, what you doing here? But nobody said like, hello, welcome. It's so nice to meet you. We're glad you're here, da 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 da. So it's like, okay, you're available and you're reachable, but
are you really?
Not really.
Yeah.
And so it's like we have a lot of that in churches where it's like, come on in, everybody's welcome, but you're welcome to stay over there while I sit over here. That's what you're welcome to, not to everything. Like, we don't want all of that. Like, God bless you.
Over there. God bless you. Over there.
You know, so So, I mean, in a lot of senses, I would say that we aren't doing enough. Yeah. We aren't shouting to make sure that people know that they're facing danger.
We aren't loud enough.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? But that's the whole point of the podcast, like, or what this is, whatever this is going to be. Like, that's the whole point of it. Like, is stay lit. And how I was talking about how I see, like, how he just came to Christ. I don't know his full story, but he seems like he's on fire right now. Mm-hmm. And it's like, how do we keep that fire stoked? How do we keep that thing going when we've been in it for a while? Mm-hmm. And now it's become routine and you're just going through emotions? How do you not get into that that comfort zone and keep that fire lit to be excited and pumped about the things and the things of God and having, you know, community and being with like-minded people and doing life together. Like, that's what it's about. Like, stay lit. Keep that fire burning.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so yeah. That's what. So yeah. I don't know. But anyway, so we're going to get into our first song. Now, before we get into our first song, I just want to say this. I'm going to be quick because I know y'all want to get into the music. There is a such thing as seasonal depression because I've noticed that all the songs that are being released that are coming out right now, I know it's wintertime. We got the rain and the snow, but a lot of the music coming out is moody and like just, it's not a whole lot of up-tempo stuff. It's more moody and, you know, introspective. And ain't nothing wrong with being introspective, but it's like, bro, smile, laugh, do something. But with that being said, a lot of the new music that we have on today's episode is of the R&B, well, R&P, however you want to say it.
Or rhythm and praise. Yeah,
rhythm and praise, rhythm and blues, however you want to say it. They singing and they singing good. But they putting out the music. Like, it's not a whole lot of rappers dropping right now. I'm waiting on some stuff. I'm hoping some people drop some stuff soon. But more of the singers have been more active. And just to let y'all know, like, the music that's on each episode is no older than 2 to 3 months. All this is brand new stuff. Like, I be on it. I be out there hunting for new and hot stuff. So if you got some new and hot stuff, send it to me. And if it's hot, I'll put it out. But if it's not, then you will never know. But anyway, this is one of the new ones, the newest ones from Sondae. I got to figure out how he say his name.
Yeah.
Sondae, I don't know. But this is one from him, and I want to say it came out today. I don't know. But anyway, check it out. Let me know what you think.
My enemies stand over my body. They laugh at me like I am nobody. Going against everything godly. Please, Holy Spirit, be my antibody. Your word is a lamp to my feet. As I resist, the enemy flees. This is a battle nobody sees. But God, this isn't over yet. This isn't over. This isn't over. I will see the light of day. This isn't over. This isn't over. I hold on to Christ in faith. This isn't over. This isn't over. This isn't over yet. This isn't over. This isn't over. This isn't over. Don't hide your face when trouble arises. Don't hide away when I vocalize it. I fight these thoughts until the sun rises. I'd rather fight before compromising. Your grace alone is greater than life. Your teaching brings a light to my eyes. You shine your light in darkness, you overcome. This isn't over yet. This isn't over. This isn't over. I will see the light of day. This isn't over. This isn't over.
Yeah, see, have you ever had a moment where you knew you were tested and screwed up, feeling like your faith was so disconnected, fighting through the anxiety, trying to battle depression and trying to move with the reverence, cause I was due for a lesson, but it's cool, God came through with a blessing, and I knew nobody around me could step into my shoes, learning how to stand on decisions that I choose, yeah. Cause I'm still here, scars all over my skin, they can show you everywhere I've been, yeah. I'm still here, trying to love everybody I can, cause I know one day it'll end, yeah. I'm still here, I know I ain't the only one, everybody gotta go through something. I'm still here, and I know that my day gon' come, but until it does, I'm still here. And ain't nobody finna stop me, I'm still here. Yeah, you know I've been through the mud and now I'm left with the stains, and been through so many storms, I know it come with the rain. I've been beaten and torn, I know it come with the pain. Picture got a little bigger, way too big for the frame. And who knew they could be cold-hearted, hate you trying to be somebody, but they gon' miss you when you're dead and gone. Yeah. Cause I'm still here, scars all over my skin, they can show you everywhere I've been, yeah. I'm still here, trying to love everybody I can, cause I know one day it'll end, yeah. I'm still here, I know I ain't the only one, everybody gotta go through something. I'm still here, and I know that my day gon' come, but until it does, I'm still here. And ain't nobody finna stop me, I'm still here. We headed to the top with it, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. Yeah. Ain't nobody finna stop me, cause I'm still here. Scars all over my skin, they can show you everywhere I've been, yeah. I'm still here, trying to love everybody I can, cause I know one day it'll end, yeah. I'm still here, I know I ain't the only one, everybody gotta go through something. I'm still here, and I know that my day gon' come, but until it does, I'm still here. And ain't nobody finna stop me, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Alright, so welcome back, good people. That was Sondae and Lathan Ward. I believe that's his name. I don't know.
Don't give me that.
I don't know. I'm not good with names, okay? I know your face, and that's good enough. You'll never be forgotten. But anyway, so the topic of discussion for today is, tell me what it is.
Well, recently we've been kind of having some conversations of situations where people in the faith, in the entertainment industry, what have you, who have either stepped away or who have gone through some challenges in life and where they either weren't believing in God the same way or weren't believing in God at all, or sometimes they might have been going through some things, but they've been putting out this persona or putting out this music or encouraging messages while going through some periods of not feeling encouraged, not believing what they were saying or putting out there, and just kind of wondering, like, okay, when you find out after the fact that this music or this whatever that was so encouraging to you at the time that you heard it, and then you hear later what they was going through or how they feel about it after the fact or what have you, does it change your perspective on how that music affected you or how that testimony or what have you affected you at the time that it came out versus what you come to learn after the fact? Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Excuse me. And I was thinking about this, and I use Tasha Cobbs because I seen her interview on The Basement, I believe. And she was talking about how she was going through some things and she was having a hard time believing, but she was putting out the music, like, I believe. And I don't feel like that I have a problem with that, because sometimes you might not feel it. You might not be in a place where you truly believe, but sometimes you just got to push through. Mm-hmm. You got to praise and worship through that feeling of uncertainty or hurt or whatever you're going through. Sometimes you got to push through, and I get that. The ones that get me is when somebody sits down for an interview and then their character doesn't match the songs or doesn't match the music that they put through. I'm sorry. But it's just like, I don't want to pick on Dante Bowe. I don't want to. I'm sorry, but it's just the dude that's in my head right now. Like, he had a big falling out with Maverick City, whatever. I wasn't even fazed by that. Like, I was still rocking with him. Like, okay, I don't know what happened, so it's whatever. Mm-hmm. But then he did a couple of interviews, and just the way he came across or presented himself, that turned me off.
Yeah. So,
like, even when he put out new music, I'm gonna be honest, I can't go into it the same way before, because it's like, I don't know if he's just singing this because it was written for him, or like, if he just singing this to get a check.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things about gospel music or Christian music, period, because the music can have such an effect on you that you feel like you're getting closer to God. Mm-hmm. And then when you find out some damaging stuff about the person that's saying it, like, it's like, I feel like, this is just my opinion, I feel like it makes you question, like, the authenticity of what you felt.
Yeah.
Or, that, or what it was doing for you or whatever. So, that's just my opinion. I think it goes back to the thing of never meet your heroes.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah. Never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Because not so much that you want to build somebody up in such a light, but it's like, again, going back to what I said, like, we as believers are called to be above reproach, like, and so obviously nobody's expecting, well, I'm not, I can't say nobody, but I'm not expecting for anyone to be perfect, and I'm not expecting you to go before people and just be fake, but at some point, like, there's some things that it's just like, okay, yeah, tell your truth, but also know that you might have to do some more interest, like, reflecting on yourself, like, even, like, going into, like, Kirk Franklin and twerking on, what was it, one of the Clark sisters? One of his shows.
Kirkby
apologizing, and it's like, okay, you having fun, yeah, but, like, okay, after a certain point, you gotta really reassess, like, and see, like, okay, is what I'm saying and doing the message that I want to relay, the message that I have put out there, and my actions, do they match?
Yeah.
And even if they mismatch, because sometimes you might be writing an encouraging song to yourself that you just happen to put out to the world, but it was like, I was talking to myself.
Yeah.
I was ministering to other people, but I was ministering to myself too. I get that, but at the same time, you have to also challenge yourself. Like, okay, I did this thing, I put this out, or I said those things, I had these actions, whatever. Is God pleased?
Yeah.
Well, can I look back on that and say the Lord is pleased? Some people might look at it from a different lens perspective and be like, well, the Lord wants me to be my real self. The Lord says, come as you are, and all this, that, and the third, and the other. But at the same time, God does expect us to change.
Yeah.
God wants us to look like Him and not like the world, because we are to be of the world and not of it, like, we said earlier. So it's like...
In the world, not of the world.
Yeah. So it's... What did I say?
You said that.
Oh, okay. But it's like, okay, at a certain point, everybody might not need discipleship to look the same way.
Yeah.
But who is discipling you? Who is encouraging you to fight on, to press on, to change for the better, to be who God calls you to be? Are you challenging yourself? Like, it doesn't have to be outside forces. Like, what is your desire for yourself? Is it fame, fortune, notoriety? Is it, I want to be the top dog, or I want to be my best version, the best version of myself, or I want to be who God called me to be unapologetically? And that's when it gets a little dicey, I feel like, because some people feel like, I'm going to be me unapologetically, but not who God called you to be unapologetically. And that's where I feel like some people miss that differentiation.
I feel like that's where the divide be happening at. Because it's like, it says, come as you are. It doesn't say stay as you are. Mm-hmm. And one of the truths about Christianity that people overlook, or I don't know, that they just not told, I don't know. But it's not a comfortable religion. It's not a comfortable practice.
Yeah, no.
It's about sacrifice.
Yeah.
So if you coming in thinking that, oh, I'm going to just do me unapologetically and I'm just going to rock out like this until Jesus come back, once you get into a relationship with Him, that's not how it's going to work out. Mm-hmm. Like, anytime you get into a real relationship, there are compromises and there are things that will have to change for the relationship to work.
Yeah.
It's point blank, period. Once you get married, you cannot keep operating like you was when you were single.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reality it should be, but there are so many people who, in all aspects of the relationship, are like, this is me, take it or leave it. You knew what you was getting into. You knew who I was coming in. So, now you want me to change? Like, yeah.
You're supposed to.
Like, I definitely want you to be different today than you were yesterday, because you are now where that was yesterday, this is today. You're older. You may not feel older, but you are older. Like, you should be growing and you should be maturing. Like, if you planted a seed 3 years ago and it was still just a seed, you don't got nothing. Like, nothing has changed, nothing has grown, there's nothing to show fruit. Like, it's like, okay, at some point, most people, if they planted a seed in their house and nothing ever sprouted, they're probably going to throw it away. They're just going to discard it. And it's like, if you planted your seed, if you are that seed and you're not growing, like, you're not, there's nothing to hold on to. There's nothing to form from it. There's no grounding. There's no roots. There's nothing. It's just like, okay, well, I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with that, but
check this out. So I was watching this comedy special earlier from Marcus D. Wiley, and he was going over how people like to change their vows or whatever, but the original vows are what real marriage and real relationship are built on. Like that, the original vows are what's going to keep you. And he was like, he gave this example, and he was like, for better or worse, for richer for poor,
and sickness and health.
And sickness and in health. And he stopped and he wrote that down. He was like, he was wondering, he was like, for richer for poor, better, worse. What was the other one?
Sickness and health.
No, the other one. For better or worse, richer for poor. So, yeah. So, and then he was like, in sickness and in health. He was like, I wonder why that's the only one that's like from worse to better. In sickness and in health. Everything else was good and bad. And that one was bad to good. And he was like, pretty much, what if when you get married or when you come into a relationship, you are sick. And through the course of that relationship, you get better. You get healed. You get strengthened. You become the person that you were meant to be because you have this other person. Iron sharpens iron, and it knocks away the impurities and the things and the shortcomings, and you grow and you get better together. And I think like that's what it is in relationships and marriages and in Christ. We come in sick. And we get better as we go. But if we don't allow the relationship to grow, if we keep operating like we're single, we never get better. We get Band-Aids. We get different things that help us cover it up. We learn church talk and church etiquette. But we don't actually get better.
Yeah. Because
we don't like to be uncomfortable. So it's like once you get in Christ, you have to be willing to get uncomfortable. And going through the fast that we just had, one of the key things that stuck with me was fasting is a sacrifice, but it's not just a sacrifice. It's intentionally putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation. You're being intentional in saying, this will hurt me. I don't like this, but I'm laying this down to build my spirit up. I'm laying this down to get closer to Christ. So yeah, I think that's where a lot of people are dropping the ball, like, and I don't know if they're not being told, or if they're believing that once they come to Christ, He makes all things new and everything will be hunky dory, and it's like, no sir.
Yeah.
Once you come in, you are sick.
Yeah.
You have to go to the doctor and you have to get worked on. And when you go to the doctor, it's not always fun getting the medicine and going through rehab and doing the necessary things to make your body healthy, changing up your diet, changing up different things. It's like...
And the testing. When you're sick, you have to go through testing. You have to have the discussions. You have to say, this is what I'm feeling. This is what is going on with me. Here are my symptoms.
Yeah.
I need to get to the root of the problem so I can get better. So, you know, that is a great way to look at it, yes.
Girl, we talking tonight. All right, so we gonna come back. But y'all We gonna y'all go watch this video. And we gonna be back to talk some more. All right, go ahead.
So I grew up in Florida, where when you're in 8th grade or when you're in 12th grade, you go to Universal. Like, it's like that to me. It means a lot to me because it's like every Saturday night we was going to City Walk. Like Universal, we was really in Orlando. We about to perform at Universal. This is crazy. So when I tell you my utmost energy, focus, and passion is about to go to this performance, we really doing it. EST, that's that OCOEE. Yeah. Feel like a championship, feel like we just won a ring. Christ with me, family, friends, and my team. Know this life is vanity, know this life get green. Help me keep my sanity when I'm in these streets. Like Olympic, it feel like we just won a medal. I was tripping and living to settle. All my life I was pushing the pedal. God with Christ and he steering it better. Enemy got a vendetta. Paul hit me with the letters. Bro going through a hard time, tell him wait till it get better. Yeah, I'm ducking away to get ready. Know I gotta practice the way that I play. I know that the pressure get heavy. They try to attack at the rim. We working the script like they working in gym. He went put the cross over all the sin. We out here living again. Feel like a championship. Feel like we just won a ring. Christ with me, family, friends, and my team. Know this life is vanity. Know this life get green. Help me keep my sanity when I'm in these streets. I feel like Kobe and Shaq, the Holy Spirit on my body. Ain't no one holding me back. He lift me up like a rocket. Feeling like I'm at the Super Bowl, spirit touchdown. Tryna meet you in the end zone, Lord, when it all falls down. Tryna hit it well done, I don't even need an MVP. When it's all said and done, Jesus the only one who really kept it peace. Ballin', tryna spread the word at the Golden Gates with the key. You the one who ruled the seas. No, you never gon' feel like a championship. Feel like we just won a ring. Christ with me, family, friends, and my team. Know this life is vanity. Know this life get green. Help me keep my sanity when I'm in these streets. God, I can't do this on my own. I said, God, I can't do this all alone. I said, God, I be feeling weak sometimes. I said, God, I need you to make me strong. Feel like a championship. Feel like we just won a ring. Christ with me, family, friends, and my team. Know this life is vanity. Know this life get green. Help me keep my sanity when I'm in these streets. When I'm in these streets, Lord. When I'm in these streets, help me keep my sanity when I'm in these streets. Hey, keep the armor on my body, Lord, I gotta keep it on me. Lot of people talk about me, Lord, they don't really know me. Should I really call them on the phone? God, they don't never phone me. Yeah, I know you told me, show love, you already showed me.
I'm getting busy. Hold on, I'm trying to text.
Wait, can I write a letter?
Give me space, I need some time. I might just lose my mind. Been baited by these animals, trading truth for lies. Talking all that, can't believe this is where we at. Pay no mind, the truth will show up in time, and I'll be focused with mine, so let the bygones be by. People talking way too much, never got the body to back it up. Too much trying out here, and it got me feeling funky, yeah. I don't know about you, no telling how much damage they could do. Telling la 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 lies. If it's hate or if it's love, if it's not, then it's still gonna be love to ya. Maybe the win is to lose ya, but it was nice while I knew ya. But really you should see the new me, staying strong, steady, improving. Came a long way and truly I ain't going back. People talking way too much, never got the body to back it up. Too much trying out here, and it got me feeling funky, yeah. I don't know about you, no telling how much damage they can do. Telling la 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 lies.
Okay.
Alright, so welcome back. Welcome back, good people. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. Welcome back, good people. I hope you liked the video. Alright, we back and we talking. Alright, we talking some more. So, we talked about the artists and, you know, just the different things going on with them, how they sometimes can, the way they present themselves can take away from the music. How it can change your perspective of the song or of the artist or whatever. Now, I want to talk about a time where you questioned your faith or almost walked away or, you know, had doubt about sticking it out. Can you remember a time? Because I have three separate times that I distinctly remember questioning my faith or trying to decide if I was going to stick it out with Christ.
I think the first thing that comes to mind for me when I was in college, like coming from, I don't want to say sheltered, but kind of sheltered, like church life and private school, very small private school, to another private school, but now college, like as an adult, like, and trying, like being in high school, trying to live the faith walk, trying to live my life out and outright, and being ridiculed and like not so much supported for wanting to be a believer by people who were supposed to be fellow believers, my peers. And like, okay, well, I'm going to follow Christ regardless of what the people around me are doing, because God has been too good to me for me to be like following after what other people want to do. Because who are they to me? They can't save my soul. They can't redeem me. Like, who are they? To being like, okay, I'm in college. I'm trying to figure life out. I'm a young adult trying to figure out who I want to be, what I want out of life. And it was challenging because it was easy for me in a smaller school to be outright living my life. And then going to a bigger school, and it's like, okay, well, there are Christians here. There are people who believe, but there are a lot more people who are like, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm away from my parents. I'm in another state. YOLO, all those things. And it's like, I was like, nah, I'm cool on that. I'm cool on that. But then it's like, I think I'm a little bit of FOMO. Like, I want to be a young adult. I want to be able to, years down the line, tell my story of when I was in college and how I did this and how this. And I was wild and you don't know your mama used to be. You know, I want that person for some reason to have those stories, because I was like, I don't have a testimony. I haven't lived a life and blah, 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 blah. And everybody has a testimony. Everybody has a story to tell, something that has impacted them in their life that will relate to someone else in their life, however big or small. Like, your life is not lived out just for you. It's lived out for someone else to be ministered to. But I was just like, oh, I have to live a little bit. I have to do this. I have to kind of, set aside my morals. I kind of have to just like push through and like ignore my conscience. I have to ignore the Holy Spirit. I I have to, like, I basically was like, I want to shut up my discernment. Basically, it was like, I want to quiet my discernment. Like, I don't want to, okay, Holy Spirit, like, I know you're there. I know you can see me, but, but it never really worked. Like, obviously, you know, I did have some falls, and I did, like, you know, sin. But I never could be, like, completely turned away from him because I knew too much.
Yeah.
I had seen too much, experienced too much. And it's like, I want to stay on campus with my friends. I want to dress provocatively and go dance and be in these parties and clubbing. And every single time I tried to, lie to you not, something... There was always something crazy that happened that just didn't make it work out for me. And I just got to the point where it's just like, I'm trying so hard to just be a normal person and do what I want to do what's fun, do what everybody else is doing, and just be accepted by this crowd. Be in the in crowd. Because I know all these people by name, but I don't know any of them. But I can tell you that's so-and-so, that's just so-and-so, but they don't know me. And I wanted to be in the in crowd. And I was like, I just have to kind of lay my salvation aside for a little while. And I'll come back. Like, Jesus knows my heart. God knows my heart. He'll accept me back with open arms. And that was, like, my thought going into it. Like, I'm literally trying to convince myself that I can lay down my salvation, I can lay down my convictions, I can lay down my teachings and just be like, we out here. And it just was like, girl, you know you don't got no business being here. To the point where it would be like even people who hadn't even had a whole lot of conversation with me, like weren't like, I didn't have a lot of deeply rooted relationships in college, but I did have some like associate and friend groups. And it was like, some people would be like, oh, you coming to so-and-so, you doing da da da, and I'd be like, yeah, and hanging out or whatever. And then random people, I know you're not coming because da 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 da, but, and I'm like, well, I can, but they're like, girl, you know, you ain't got no business being here. Like, don't play yourself. Like, and then other people would be like, I wish I had the discipline that you had, and da 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 da. And I'm like,
I don't want this discipline.
I want to be right there with you, but it just, I can't because I feel, and then it's like something that I still kind of, and sometimes unfortunately deal with is like, I feel like the outsider, and I am because I'm not called to be in that crowd. I'm not called to be in it, but it's just like, okay, sometimes I would just be like, I just wish I wasn't feeling so convicted, because it would be some things that are simple, but it's like, it's a conviction for me. It might not be for you. You're a believer, and it might, you know, like we know people who are like, they're believers. They can pray. They can get a prayer through. But they drink wine and, you know, maybe not be alcoholics or heavy booze and liquor and all that, but they drink wine occasionally. And it's like, it's not for me. Sorry. And I feel judgmental, but it's like, that's you. You do you. You have your own walk. You got your own relationship. You got your own conviction. And if the Holy Spirit has not moved on your heart to be like, put away, you know, because some people have this argument that, like, God said not to be drunk, and they're like, oh, well, we not drunk, we just
drink.
Like, even Jesus turned water into wine, and they had, you know, Jesus drank wine and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, but if it's not your conviction, it's not your conviction. But, when I was in college, I tried big time. Like I said, I had some falls. I was in a big rebellious period for a little while. With my previous relationship, but it was, oh boy, it was toxic. And that was that was a big part of it, because it was like, okay, trying to let myself kind of be all in that relationship kind of was like, you know what? I can do better than this. Let me see what else is out there. But I wasn't looking like in this sense of, let me follow God. Let me dive deep into God. That's what else I need. It was like, okay, so I'm okay with some sins because I was sinning with this person. So maybe I might be okay to do all these other things that I want to do because I did it. But it was just like, no, you was in a stronghold. The devil had his foot on your neck.
Yeah.
And that was a lot. But it was just like, when I tried to do all the other things, and it was just like, nah, girl, go sit down.
Yeah. Yeah. I 100% can relate to all of that. Because for me, I'll never forget it. Like I said, I got 3 distinct times where I questioned my faith and I was wondering if this was real or not. Mm-hmm. And I had just graduated from high school, and nothing happened out of the ordinary, but I just woke up and it was a Sunday morning and everybody was getting ready to go to church and the church van was coming, so they was like, hey, make sure you're ready. And I intentionally stayed in bed while everybody else left. And I was just talking to God, and I was like, man, I don't even know if this is real. No, matter of fact, I think it started the night before. The night before, I was just thinking, and I think I prayed that prayer like, if this is real, you gotta prove it to me or something like that. But either way, I'm sitting in the house, and as you know, my mother was the associate pastor. So I'm sitting in the house, and I think I'm grown. I'm feeling grown. I'm out of high school, so I'm like, all right, I need to figure out what's my next step. Not going to college because I didn't want to go to school in the first place. I thought school was a complete scam from preschool through. I was like, oh, this is a trap. So college to me was not I was like, you going to ask me to pay to go to school? And I didn't want to go the first time, and y'all smoking rocks. Ain't no way. But my mom doubled back. She's never done this before. She came back to the house and fussed me out and told me that I need to go to church. And she better see me in the back of the sanctuary or wherever by the time she gets there. So I'm still moping in the house, but I'm praying and I'm talking to God at the same time. And he started bringing back to memory all the times that he was there for me and he showed up when only he could. And it was like, man, you real. Like, I can't even doubt you. Like, I know if you didn't come through right here, I shouldn't be here. Mm. Or if you didn't come through right here, my whole life would look different. So that was the first time. Second time, again, now this time is more similar to you. So now I'm a little older in college, and I'm just like, man, I'm about to hit the street. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why, I'm still here. I don't know why I'm still getting convicted, but I'm trying to be out there. Whatever they doing out there, that's where I'm trying to be. And I was upset with God because I was like, why won't you let me go? That was my question. I was like, look, I am trying to actively sin. Why are you convicting me and not letting me sin in peace?
Yeah.
And he was just like, no. Because you are mine. And at the same time, it was like, it was reassuring and it gave me peace and joy. Because after a while, I just stopped fighting. I was like, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. I can't deny you. You got it. And then the third time, we were married. So this was years after the first two. We were married. And I just started reading a whole bunch of different things and getting into other philosophies and hearing other speakers, and I started questioning stuff. And I'll never forget it. It don't take a lot for me for him to correct me. It really don't. So I was reading all this stuff and I was headed, I don't know where we were going, but we were headed out the door. And I heard the Lord say, what makes their book more credible than mine? And I was like, ooh, I don't know. He was like, if the argument is that man wrote the Bible, man wrote that book too. And you know me. You've seen me work. Have you? What does that have to stand on? Measure me up against that. And I was like, well, there you go. You got it. That book and this book, they can't measure up.
Yeah. They
can't measure up. I don't care what they talking about, the earth flat, ice walls, giants. That can't measure up to this.
Yeah.
And it was just like, man. And again, it gave me peace, it gave me solace, and it gave me a reassurance and a fire to like go even harder or sink my heels in deeper into my walk, into my faith. Like, all right, tried 3 times. 3 times were unsuccessful. It's time to just stop fighting and just go hard.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Nah, I wasn't gonna say nothing.
I just was laughing because, like, I just recently watched a video that Linnell Durant did with her husband Corey about like him telling his side of how they met, and just thinking about how she was just like laughing at herself, how she was responding. I think it was maybe it was a different one. I might be mixing videos, but she was talking about how she was aggressive but wanting to be loved. Yeah. You know what? Did you see the video I'm talking about?
No, I don't think so.
She was talking about how, like, because she's so tomboyish, and she's like, hey man, why you ain't hugging me? Hey man, when you gonna come touch on me a little bit? And like, it's just funny, and she's like laughing at herself, like, man, like, it's wild how like God moves and operates and like changes you, because like, she's like, I got 3 kids, so like, something working out, but it's just like, man, that retrospection of like when you look back on some of the things you've done and said and how you move and how God has moved and how God operates, it's like saying out loud, like I was actively trying to form a testimony of like I was the hot girl, I was the hot, you know, like what? Why do you want that for yourself to be like, well, God will use it for his glory, but I need to be out here in the streets so that God can make a testimony out of me. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why was you thinking that was okay? Like, why would you aiming to be this repulsive thing? To what? It's just, it's funny to me when I think about it now. But I was really like, no, because they want to say this about me. They want to say that about me. Like, I may as well. And I was like, you know, literally like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And God will make it a testimony. God will use it for his glory later. I'll figure it out. And now, like I said, there are some things that did happen. God will make it work out somehow. But, it wasn't all that I thought it was. I was about to be out here doing, but it's just like, it's crazy to be like, yo, I really thought I was finna be forming my testimony.
Yeah.
By actively, like, choosing to sin and then talking to God to be like, I'm gonna do this thing and all these things in the world for you to turn it around for your glory. Like, what? And I'm like, you know, thinking about it now, like, you know, like Ariel Fitzgerald, is that her name? Mm-hmm. She does like this skits, and she's like, I'm gonna find out for myself. When she's talking to Jesus and her angel.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you know, like, God was probably like, Latia. What?
Yeah.
Like,
what are you doing?
It's just funny to me. Like, yeah.
I'm grateful that he didn't let me go out there and do what I wanted to do. Because, man, I told you about some of the situations. My family don't even know about all the situations, but it's been times where I was straight up in danger. I was in danger, like, straight up. And I wasn't even all the way out there like that. So just thinking about where I could have been or what could have happened if I got out there for real. Mm-hmm. Like, man, thank you, Jesus, that you did not listen to me.
Yeah.
Because things could be so much different and so much more worse.
Yeah.
Just such a bad place, especially if relationships and different people who I thought was gonna be there, or who I thought I should be hanging with, or who I thought was gonna be like, thank God for covering and not taking those paths.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's up, y'all. This is Stay Lit. We want to thank y'all for tuning in again. Now, remember, this is a bi-weekly show. We coming every 2 weeks, just like a paycheck. We coming every 2 weeks. Don't look for us every day, because you ain't going to find us every day. You can watch us every day. The video going to be there. You can watch it every day. Be my guest. Put it on repeat. I said it last show. Put it on repeat, put it in the background. But this is bi-weekly, and we don't know what this is going to be yet. God's hands, God willing, is going to grow, and it's going to flourish into a whole bunch of other stuff. Who knows? But Let's stay lit. This is a way of life, not a podcast. And for all the artists and different people, y'all go check them out. I'm going to go ahead and say their names, give them a shout out now. I know we got Madison Ryan Ward. I got her name right this time. So y'all can check her out. She is consistent with putting out stuff. And she is one of my new favorite artists. Madison Ryan Ward, Sondae. He got stuff coming hot. Franchesca. I've heard and listened to her a few times before, but I guess she came through on the Spotify recommended.
Madison?
No, not Madison.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was her too, but this is a black girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You don't see a whole lot of black Franchescas, huh? You don't. You're unique. You're a black Franchesca. Anyway, yeah, so Franchesca, Caleb Gordan, he stay consistent. Who else we got? And we got Lathan Ward. He's on the show too. So y'all go check them out. Check out their Spotify. Check out their Instagram. Support the artists. Support all these people. Support the videos, man, because we need the music. Representation matters. That's what we've been hearing for the last however long. Representation matters.
Yeah,
so,
especially now with this DEI rollback and everything.
Exactly. So having godly and Christian music and artists and lifestyle, it matters. It matters to show people another way. It doesn't have to be ratchet. It doesn't have to be turnt. It doesn't have to be ghetto. It doesn't have to be messy and drama filled. We the people of the body of Christ can be that example. So representation matters. Make the music videos. Put the stuff out so we can put it out, so we can talk about it, so we can tell and shout it to the world. All right? Does it stay lit? What's my closer? Follow me as I follow Christ, but please give grace to my humanity. But if you do not, keep it to yourself, because I don't care. We out. All right.
You were funny.
K Classic.